What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Xenith Digital Podcast. Today we have a guest who flown here from Dubai, but he's originally from Latvia, right?
Yes, sir.
What's
yes,
up, Kristaps? Would you tell me about yourself so the viewers have an understanding of what we're about to talk about?
Today we're going to talk about mostly about content creation, personal branding, and most likely my experiences that I've had working in Dubai. Do you want like a little backstory of
who are you?
where I started?
Yeah, who are you? How did you get there?
Yeah, so I started doing videos way back when I used to go to the skate park actually, because we would see these guys do YouTube videos of like all the new tricks they learned, basically like doing vlogs. And we kind of tried to do the same, like just like recording something on the phone. And then I had all of this footage gathered and I was like, okay, now I need to edit it, right? So I went on YouTube, I went to look at like editing softwares and I found Sony Vegas. So that was my first experience of editing a video. When I finished my first video, I understood that I kind of like it, but I didn't think much of it because we didn't record a lot. And yeah, I just continued to do a video every now and then. And I didn't think much of it. I started studying as an engineer actually for uni.
In RTO?
Yes, Riga Technical University. And at one point, I kind of had the urge to buy a camera. So I decided to pull the plug. I bought a camera and I had this one friend, Rob, who is a photographer. And I was like asking him a bunch of questions about like cameras and stuff. And he was like, okay, you can come with me to a shoot. Like he would do photos at events and stuff like that. And I would go there and I would record videos for free for practice. So to build up my portfolio, you know. And time passed and I kind of understood that I don't want to study. I didn't feel like I fit in. And I really started enjoying doing videos. And I started getting some clients, you know. I remember the first job, I couldn't ask for 50 euros for a video, you know, because I wasn't confident in my skills. And I was like, how much should I charge? You know, is 50 all right? It was actually like a club event that I recorded. Yeah. And yeah, that was kind of my first paid gig. And from that, I just continued. I dropped out of uni, like after 1.5 years of studying. I started going in full-time into videography. I worked in one agency in my hometown, then another one in the capital in Riga. And then COVID hit. So everything slowed down. There wasn't many events happening, many things happening that I could shoot.
I remember that there also for me I was doing music videos, and COVID hit and all the music videos just canceled one after the other. People didn't want to go outside, anything, you know. That's when I started doing podcasts.
Oh, nice.
That's where the switch was, because like the money stopped and it's like it was a dead end. And I was like, what? Like, do I really even like music videos and these questions? Because like if like for at least for me as a videographer, if no work is coming in, you start doubting yourself. Like, are you even worth it? You know, it doesn't matter that outside is a pandemic and nobody wants to leave their house, but it's like the thoughts still exist at that moment when no new jobs are coming, everything's slowing down. It's like a terrifying space. And like at that time, I started learning about crypto and all that stuff because I was like, maybe I need to switch my professions and everything, and eventually I came back to videos anyways. Like it never leaves.
Yeah, true. So when everything slowed down, one of my friends offered me to go to Dubai, and you know, I had this perception of Dubai that it's only for rich people. Like, why would I go there? I'm not so well off that I could just go there, right? So I had these limitations, you know, because also I was saving up to upgrade my camera. So I had two choices. First choice is I buy the camera, I stay in Latvia, I don't go to Dubai. The second choice was I spend the money on a trip to Dubai. I have no guarantee if anything is going to work out. Maybe I have a nice trip and I come back and then I start from basically zero again. And until the very last night of the flight, I was still not sure. I was doubting it until the last moment. But we did it. We went to Dubai. At first, we did loads of touristy stuff and we just built up a portfolio.
You were like just going around the city, filming locations, editing and posting.
Yeah, filming for each other because my friend Elvis, who is also basically working with me in Dubai, we both have our own agencies right now, but we went there together. He was planning to work as a personal trainer at first. So I was doing like fitness videos for him, just building up the portfolio, recording Dubai, all these tourist attractions. And slowly through contacts, we landed the first client, which was an e-commerce couple actually. So 2 people.
Like Hormozis?
Yeah, something along those lines. And we did a couple of videos for them. And that was like the first project I did in Dubai, and we got some solid money. And it was like 3 weeks in. So
pretty fast though.
Yeah. I would say it was pretty all right. And it was getting to a point where I was like, all right, I need to start looking at tickets back to Latvia because we've been here for some time. I made some money, and didn't really have anything else to do in terms of work. But then we saw that Mike Thurston posted a story saying that he's looking for a videographer. And I was like, fuck, we watched this guy on YouTube. He was actually one of the reasons why we went to Dubai, because we watched his vlogs. We saw that everything is open during COVID, gyms are open, like beach clubs, everything is happening. So he was actually one of the reasons why we went there. And we were actually thinking with Elvis, like, oh, what's the possibility of meeting him somewhere, It would be cool to meet him, see in Dubai, because we've been watching him for years. And I reached out, I sent a message to him. I told my friends to message my name so that he sees me more.
Like in the
story, yeah, basically. I sent it to all of my friends and I told them,
spam
please help me
DMs.
out, just tell something nice about me, And yeah, didn't think much of it. The next day, I'm just chilling at home. I open my phone and I see message from Mike Thurston, yo, I need some help with YouTube. And I was like, whoa, what just happened, I showed this message to my friend, Elvis. And he was like, what the fuck, what just happened? Like, we're such big fans. And we couldn't believe that he actually got back to us, which was insane. And it was so funny that we were literally overthinking every text that we sent to him, because it felt like such a big moment, such like big responsibility to not fuck this up, to not be weird or anything,
Yeah, man, I like your abs. Can I film them?
Yeah, something like that. So it was such a stressful experience, but we set up a meeting and we went to his building, Rixos in Dubai. And yeah, we're just sitting there like stressing a bit, and we just see him walking down. It's so weird seeing someone that you only watched on YouTube, and you have this perception of him, like I was starstruck. And yeah, we sit down, start talking, discussing everything. And yeah, from there on, we just did the first video. He really liked it. And we've been working ever since. And also another point, I mentioned that I wanted to upgrade my camera, right? Once we set up the first video, I was like, okay, I need to upgrade my setup.
What did you have before?
I had my Sony a6400 with like a couple of lenses.
I think we're filming on the 64.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm going to be working for a world-class online persona, I need the camera quality to be good. I need to be able to monitor sound, because with those ones you can't plug in the microphone. I can't fuck up, so I need to upgrade now. So I had this money from the previous project. I borrowed some money from my parents and actually bought my current camera, the Sony A7S III. So that was a big jump. And yeah, we did the first video. I delivered it. And Mike said like, wow, the quality is insane. It's so crisp. It looks so good. And I was like, fuck yeah, it was worth it, you know?
Hit the goal.
Yeah.
I want to bring out the very, very interesting part from this story about reaching out to people who are big and not being afraid to do it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have this perception that like, oh, like what's the point, you know? They have a dream to go out and do big things and help big people, and you know, and a very important part is to remember that these people are human as well. And
Exactly.
like, of course, you see online Mr. Beast, for example, who has a huge team, and like to get to him is probably difficult. But not all of the people who do stuff online are like that. And I have a similar story myself. Like after COVID hit, I went to I didn't go to Dubai, but like I started looking outside for opportunities online because I've been working only physically filming videos, and I started looking for opportunities, and I started listening to one podcast about crypto, and it I fell in love with the podcast. I was like, these guys are teaching me everything, you know. I started like exploring that world, you know, sending transactions, buying tokens, all that stuff, and like I was listening to their podcast every week. I was at work. I was working in like the big mall like Acropolis in the first one, and I was like just in this little box in the middle of the walking way selling phones, because I had to like survive somehow. No videos were coming in, so I was selling phones, putting on like protector screens and stuff, and one headphone in my ear, listening to crypto podcasts, learning everything I could, you know. And after some like half a year, I was like, I have to do something myself. What we talked about before, the confidence, like the jump to actually do something you might be worried about. And I was like, I will start my own podcast. And like I did like 2 episodes of me talking to myself about life and philosophy, and I realized, man, nobody's gonna want to listen to this. I have to talk about something useful. And then I was so inspired by the podcast that I was listening to. I was like, I would do the same thing, but like here in Latvia, in Latvian. And I messaged them on Twitter, just like, hey guys, can I do a Latvian version of your podcast? Can I take your name, everything? They were like, yeah, man, sure. And then I was like, okay, maybe I can push it. Do you want to be on the podcast? They're like, yeah, sure. I was like, oh, okay. So I did a podcast with one of those podcasters in my room in a ghetto ass setup. Like I put my camera, I had I had the second A7. I have the third here now, but I had the second. I connected it and I was shaking, man. I was like, and he was calling like from New York at 5 a.m. We had the podcast episode. No, or like at 7, I had 7 in the evening. He had 5 in the morning or something like that. He just woke up, and at that time I wasn't like as disciplined as I am now. And he's like, yeah, man, 5 in the morning, finna start work, you know, drink my coffee, everything. And I'm like, okay, so crypto. But we did a solid episode, and I don't remember, it was like 40 minutes or something. We talked about topics. I like edited it, posted it, everything. And like I kept going, and I started working with them. They created a community. I started working there. Like I had a remote job even from that one jump of like writing a message online, like, can I do something with you or for you, or somehow help the ecosystem, help the movement. It resulted in a pretty stable income for like 2 years until the last crypto big dump, and kind of everything imploded a little bit over there. But that's a different topic. They're still doing the podcast. They have guests like Mark Cuban and like the creator of Ethereum. Like they are probably one of the number one crypto podcasts that exists. So I was very proud to wear the badge that I am representing them here. So yeah, the message here is don't be afraid to reach out. The internet is a blessing and a curse at the same time, and we must use these opportunities that arise. And even Instagram DMs are visible. People see it.
Yes, everybody checks. And if you never ask, you'll never know.
As well. We also started working together from an Instagram DM that I sent.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about having a big personal brand, that you can just find people to work with from your Instagram easily. You can just post a story saying that you're looking for this guy, for that guy. For example, Mike, he found me because he posted a story, and I was a big fan already. And it's always nice working with people who already know you, who stand by your values, your everything, because
it's easier.
Yeah, it's going to be so much easier. The result is going to be better. So that's definitely one of the perks of having a big personal brand.
Yeah, it's interesting. I felt a bit awkward when I wrote a message to you because I saw your message in your Instagram broadcast channel. Because like I followed you and then you have an automatic message that invited you to follow the broadcast channel.
Yeah.
And for some reason I had the broadcast channel, but I wasn't following you anymore. I don't know, like maybe I pressed it or I have no idea what happened, but I was like, I see I see your message in the broadcast channel. You're looking for like a YouTube content strategist, everything. I read through all the details. I'm like, I could do this. Okay, I'll send a message. I send a message. I'm like, I'm not following this guy. And should I press the follow? Now he'll see that I just followed it. And I was like, still,
still worked out.
Still worked out. Yeah. Don't hesitate. It's easy to fall to your self-perceptions of that the world is bigger than you, but
and the limiting beliefs.
Yeah.
But I think with content online, there's so much content out there that says that you can do it. I think that now the self-beliefs are at the all-time low. I feel like before, when you didn't maybe use social media that much and you didn't see that much content of like young people succeeding in life, you had like more self-beliefs. But now you can see that young people are making crazy amounts of money. They're doing crazy stuff, I think that's just proof that you can do anything.
I mean, before the only it was either YouTubers who have already done it that we grew up to. Like my first proof that it's possible was like PewDiePie. He came out of nowhere and I started watching him when I was like 12, and like you see him grow this big brand, become the number one YouTuber in the world, and he's producing content, and it's like, okay, I could do vlogs. So I was like 12 years old in my bathroom. Hey guys, this is my vlog today. But I guess for our generation, it is pretty self-explanatory that yes, content works and you need to produce as much content as possible. But only now I see people in different areas and different professions realizing that they can benefit from this. I've met a lot of people who still have, they're like, I want my business to make money. I don't want to invest a lot into like paid ads or marketing agencies. And I'm like, okay, then I have a camera I can film you. So no, I won't be in front of a camera. You do it, but but it's like some construction business. I'm like, how am I going to tell anybody how to build a house? I can't even. Like this whole place was done by one of my friends. Still I cannot take credit for something I don't know. So
there was this study that like 82% of people trust your business more when you show up online as the business owner, and I think that's just
that works the best. there's a lot of people who hire people to be in camera for them. But then there's a situation of agencies who do like short form content, and you see one guy doing it for like 5 brands. So it's like the trust falls, like, because you don't feel connected to the person who owns it, who knows it, who does it every day, and it kind of creates a notion that you don't care about the people who are interested in what you do, so you hire somebody to do it for you. So there's like a level of trust that creates when you are able to step up and be in front of the camera, be yourself, produce the content, even if it's awkward. Still, you can, like, if you have money to hire somebody, hire good editors, good strategists, good filmers, but don't put yourself behind the scenes if you have a business that you want to grow. I don't know how in your experience, personal brands and content have worked together, because there's such a thing as personal brand, which is like Kim Kardashian has a personal brand and she has a TV show, but like in the modern age of Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, even Twitter has video now, how specifically people have been working with content. You have worked with a lot of different people, not just Mike. And tell me about like the impact that content can create in personal brands, even if they already exist somewhere else.
It's just a matter of showing up all the time. You have to be in people's heads all the time. The more you show up, the more memorable you are, the better connection you create with people, the easier it's going to be to sell your service, to sell a product. And video content is just the best thing to achieve
Most
that.
natural one.
Yeah. I know it's a really hard, like for some people, it's really hard to start it. Even for myself, I'm naturally introverted, and doing content at first, it was so hard. I was so awkward, and still it's been a process of just improving each and every time. And especially like English isn't my first language. So also speaking in another language, presenting yourself on camera, explaining difficult topics about branding, where you have so many aspects that come into play to create like a good result, all of these things, it can get overwhelming. So especially like for busy professionals, it's good to have a team that helps you, not doing everything on your own, but actually hiring a team, an agency, whatever, what's gonna work best for you.
But what if you don't have that ability? You want to build or enhance your own personal brand. You want to do content. You realize you do content, but for example, you don't know anybody who does video. You cannot trust. You don't believe. You have all these other reasons why just you can do the content. What would be the first step to start doing content on your own? In the case you're maybe not even familiar with video editing and stuff.
Yeah, for people just starting out, they can start slowly, and at first like Instagram, YouTube is full of resources of how to do content. Another big thing would be signing up to an online course, a mentorship, buying a digital product about that.
Just to speed up the process.
Yeah. The biggest thing is accountability, because oftentimes when people start, their consistency lacks, which is the biggest thing. If you're just going to create one video a month, how fast are you going to get to creating great videos?
It has to be like the best video already at the start,
Yeah, that's also the thing. It's never going to be the best video. You have to look back at your content and be cringing at it, because you have to improve over time, So in the start, your content is going to be bad. And over time, you're just going to improve from doing repetitions. So you have to be consistent. If you're not consistent yourself, you should work with someone, sign up to a coaching, to a mentorship, where you get that accountability, that extra motivation, that unique advice to your situation. Because also personal branding and creating content, it's such a
tricky maybe.
It's like such a wide
broad.
How do you explain it?
Like a broad space of, like, if you say personal brand, you can do anything about it.
There's so many things you can do. There's so many things you can do right. There's so many things you can do wrong. And there's no one secret formula to your brand. Like, it's gonna be different for each brand. So yeah.
Just like us people, we are never the same.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. No, I would agree. Our videographer today told a very, very great fact. Like, to be comfortable in front of a camera, you have to spend 6 hours every month at least in front of a camera, and then you'll be confident enough to take it further. Because even about the progress is an interesting thing. Anyone who's watching can go back to my first episode.
Yeah.
Just now, like, I've been doing podcasts and I've been doing video for years, but I started this specific podcast like 2.5 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
how many podcasts you've done?
This is number 12.
Okay.
We're on episode 12.
Yeah.
So far, as of single podcasts, I've done, like, this is the third one. I done one just with me and my friends when I was just experimenting. I posted 2 episodes. Then I did that one about the crypto. It was audio only because we were like just at our homes during COVID, and I had one friend who also was excited about crypto, and we started talking about it, and it was audio only. We did 13 episodes, and then we decided it's time for video. Then we got this place. We put up our computers, and we started playing video games for 2 years. And only now I've started using this room as a video podcast room, as I intended in the beginning.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a breather. I mean, but this space worked very well for like a co-working office. And at that time, like, we wanted always to, like, oh, let's continue the crypto podcast. But at that point, we were so deep into that space, we understood that we don't know anything. And it's, if you're talking about finance, like, you have to be really careful what you're saying, because if somebody loses on your behalf, it's bad karma, as one might say. So, like, that's also a point in content creation. Don't feel like, don't read too much into it. Because if you will start learning what you don't know, you realize you don't know a lot, and that crushes confidence. That crushes it. Like, oh, you watch all these great people online, how they're talking, and you're like, I can't talk like that. I'm not good enough. And all these thoughts are very limiting, and you shouldn't take that in hand. Just go do it. Even if you're talking about, I don't know, engineering or whatever, and you're still studying, just do something about it. It's of course, you can always say on camera you're just learning.
Yeah, when starting out, you just have to step out of your comfort zone. With each video, you should analyze it, look back, and see what you can improve on the next one. You can see if there are certain words that you repeat, if there's a style that you speak, other things like visuals as well. You can always improve, and you don't have to be discouraged if, like, the first videos don't hit, or you don't quite like them, how you present yourself or whatever. It's going to get better over time. You just have to put in reps all the time.
Yeah, that's interesting. For me, the most viewed episode at some point was the first one.
Yeah.
Because it was like the hype, like, oh, what he's doing, like, I'm gonna check what he's doing. And then after the episodes after, just like, doom, 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 doom. But I truly understand that consistency is key, and like the first hype is nice, but those people just checked out how I look like on camera and what I'm talking about. They didn't care, and those people who keep listening, I have 10 monthly listeners currently, and thank you guys.
The
Respectfully,
real OGs.
yes, yes. There are people who are following along and hopefully learning something as well, because I've had guests from different areas, different expertises. Like a few weeks ago, I was talking to one guy from Canada who does like his job is to help small companies integrate in big acquisitions, and he's managing teams and teamwork and internal organization. So we talked about how to build an initiative based organization that like is self-sustainable throughout any kind of like switches and events. And like he threw out three good points: you have to have centralized information, decentralized decision making, and a tight feedback loop. You know, that people are always informed, people are confident enough to make their own decisions when like, because if you're working in a high paced industry, it's like you have things happening all the time, and you maybe don't have time to like to call somebody and ask like, hey, should we do this, and then have a meeting about it. And you know that everything is so fast paced nowadays. You have to, in a team, feel confident enough to make decisions on your own. You have that permission from the others in the team, that they trust you, so you can make those decisions. And then a tight feedback loop, so everybody's goes back to the central information. Everybody's informed about the decisions that have been made and the impacts and all that stuff. It was a fascinating conversation, and like that's, I guess, the main thing that I love about this podcast is the ability to explore such different worlds of this world. Because today we're talking about content, about filming, and we're filming while we're filming and talking about filming. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an interesting question for you about personal brands. Everybody's talking about AI.
Yes.
And right now, like, there's the Google VO3 that can like make very good videos. And I'm seeing like I think the best example is there's a guy who's making Yeti vlogs.
I've seen them.
There's a personal brand for a Yeti now. So the question is, how do humans prevail in the world of AI and personal brands for AI influencers? How do you compete with that?
That's a great question. I think AI is going to push personal brands and authenticity to the next level in a good way. Way back, there was this hype when everybody liked over-edited videos,
I remember.
At some point
Sam Calder.
It was so cool, like these cinematic over-edited videos, like everything looked so cool. And then everybody got tired of that. So we went back to raw, authentic vlogs, storytelling,
Like Sam
videos.
Sulek right now.
Yeah, Sam Sulek, great example of that. And I think this AI wave is gonna do the same thing. Like, we're gonna see some crazy stuff from AI. We're already seeing it, like the Google VO3. It's just insane what you can get out of that. And I think that's going to push real creators to the next level, that, you're going to get tired of AI content and you're just going to want to see real people talking about real stuff, real experiences, the human imperfections, the human connection. So, yeah, what are your thoughts?
It's a very interesting topic because I work closely with an AI expert. And he's always saying, like, "Don't worry, they won't have a job." And he's always like, "Yeah, it's AI is going to do everything. Just wait, just wait." And in a dystopian land, there can be a possibility where internet becomes just like, there's a theory of the dead internet, that already only like 20% of the internet is real people, and everything else is just bots. And I think I've mentioned this theory on this podcast already like 7 times or something. But that can be the case where AI cannot be distinguishable from humans. And then
that's the scary part.
Yeah. And then there's like humans who film real videos are going to be very authentic, super engaging, super consistent, like doing their best to be like a great personal brand. And AI is just gonna do the same.
I think what's gonna happen is people are gonna have like more live things, live events, live gatherings. And you can't really replace that with AI, you know.
Robots. I believe that it can go both ways. If people are going to be dumb enough to consume only AI content will prevail. But we're already seeing people returning to like communities, real life events. Like here in Riga, like Riga Run is a running community that started last year. And they went huge. People love that connection.
You can't replace it with AI. There's no way.
Nope. So maybe there's a case where internet stays internet and we go back to making bonfires in the forest and start all over again.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. So back to personal brands. What I've seen you speak about on your channels very often is positioning and messaging. Would you tell me more about what is important to relay in your personal brand?
Yes, so if you look at all the big creators online, they build their brand and they have a certain perception about them. They choose the things they want to speak about and they choose the things they don't want to speak about. So if it aligns with your brand the right way, you should do it.
What is the right way? How do you determine the right way for your own brand?
You have to look at your goals. Let's say, for example, if you are well off, you're rich, you're making money, right? I'm not sure if the best way is, oh yeah, I saved €2 today, you know. Like, why would you speak about that? You would much rather speak about what's the best way to make more money, how you can upsell things to your clients, you know, how you can build better systems to make more money. Like, you don't need to talk about unnecessary stuff that doesn't
connect with your audience.
Yeah.
Also, I think it's very important to speak about the things that you like yourself. Maybe not necessarily, they cannot be aimed towards making money, but still, like if you like going to play tennis, but you're like a business coach, people will still enjoy seeing you play tennis and speaking about what's important for you, what you learn there, what you experience, what value you can gain and give forward to the people.
That's where you have to understand your content pillars. So your main content pillar should be the money-making one, but the other content pillars should be about your personality, about your experiences, about your values and beliefs. And like if you're just, for example, for myself, I talk about personal branding, but another big content pillar is humor. I like to joke around a lot on my stories, on my videos, and my clients actually love that. I've had clients who booked me just because they liked my personality. They said that I'm likable, you know, the shoots are fun. So showing your good side, your personality, is just gonna help your business even more.
Like being authentic.
Yeah.
Oftentimes I see people saying that they will be authentic and they will be true to themselves. And then, like, well, my personal clients were filming somewhere outside, and they're like, "Oh man, I don't like how I'm moving, but you're moving that way, you
Yeah,
know." And
yeah,
like being authentic is a very tricky word. People want to say they want to be authentic,
yeah,
but when it comes to the grits, when you have to talk about your dark sides, your mistakes, like there's an often perception that you want to appear perfect, but
yeah,
everybody is not perfect and everybody knows that everybody else is not perfect. So sometimes even showing your like your mistakes, your like ponderings in life
yeah.
can build real trust and actually help your content grow, so people will trust you more, because we as people trust what is human, and human is making mistakes, and that's how we learn, that's how we advance. So you shouldn't hide those parts in your content as well, I believe so.
I agree. I think it's a confidence thing as well. Like you, of course, it's easy to say just being confident on how you are on camera, but that's the thing with content, you have to work on yourself a lot. It's not going to be easy. Like being authentic, confident, it's going to take time. It's not going to be like that. And you're just from day one, you're going to be like you want to be on camera, you know.
And there are people like that.
There are people, but not most of
Not in
them.
most cases, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had very interesting experiences where people start making content and they're looking for ways that they can make the content but aren't on camera.
Mhm.
So like audio only and B-rolls. But it doesn't connect. Then they're like, okay, I will put on a mask. Puts
Yeah,
on a
yeah, yeah.
mask, it doesn't connect as well.
The worst thing is when people try to be someone else. They look at someone and they try to be that. But in reality, some people just don't have that self-awareness. They don't see that they can't be that person, you know.
The
Like everybody
confidence as
wants to
well,
be
yeah.
Andrew Tate, but you know, you're not that.
Yeah,
And you're
see,
never going to be that, most likely.
be
Like most of the
yourself.
people, just be yourself, exactly. And yeah, self-awareness is actually such a big thing. And I was researching it that some people have it, some people can learn it, and some people can never learn it, which is such an interesting thing. But it translates into all aspects of your life: relationships, mental health, business, making money, making content. Because self-awareness is understanding the things you do, why you do them, and how people are going to perceive the things that you do. So the better you understand those things, the better your content is going to be, the better your business is going to be. So sometimes I see people who don't have that self-awareness. And for those people, I think they should get a team that's going to help them, guide them in the right way. Because they think that some of these things are important. For example, if we're shooting pictures, a vlog, you know, they're like, oh, is my hair looking all right? Is that looking all
Doesn't
right? You know,
matter.
there's like small details like, oh, I didn't, as you said, like I didn't walk the way I would walk, you know. Those are such minuscule details that don't really matter. Like,
People are gonna forget anyway.
yeah,
There's like
exactly.
hours, we are bombarded with the millions of hours of content every day. And like,
Do you remember a video you watched yesterday? Can you say like all the stories that you watched yesterday? Like you don't remember, right?
I know one, but I cannot say it. What I saw, it was very controversial. It hit my, it like stayed there. But that's also about making an impact.
Yeah, yeah,
Like to stand out, you have to do something different,
yeah,
and being different sometimes means being fully yourself and opening up to the things you might not be so comfortable, and that's where that self-awareness comes in, because you have to know what are those things that you can open up about in front of the camera, while not worrying about how people are going to perceive you. You have to, that's also a tricky part. You have to understand how people will perceive you, but you cannot let it get to your head. Because that's where a lot of people have like limits and blocks when they're like, I have too much self-awareness, I cannot do this. But in the end, it doesn't matter. It's a very, very, very interesting topic about working on yourself and working on the things you do. Sometimes I think my life would be a lot easier if I wasn't self-aware. Just living life,
just going
enjoying.
Clueless through life and living happy.
Yes, ignorance is bliss. That's what people say.
Yeah, that's why I think sharing real stories, it's so powerful, because if you're just making like general content, general motivation, and you haven't done anything in life, like why would I listen to you, a random person who hasn't done anything, while I could be listening to David Goggins, for example. So creating what do you call it? Forgot the word.
Value?
I don't know. Like general knowledge content while you're still just starting out isn't the best. You should niche down to something specific while you're just starting out.
To discover what is that thing you're good at. That you can bring to other people. Yeah, that's what I also worry about, like when making these podcasts. Like, why should anyone listen to me? Like, what knowledge do I have that, like, I'm 25 years old. I've been working for like since I was like 16, something like that. There's people working for 30 years with a lot of experience. Like, I speak about like branding and strategy and all that stuff, and like sometimes I do like consider that, like, I'm saying be different. How am I different? Why should anyone listen to this, what we're talking about?
I mean, it's about asking good questions. For example, Chris Williamson, right? He's a great interviewer because he listens and he asks great questions. And from doing so many podcasts, just some things stick, so you can add them in. But he also said, like, it's all right to say that I don't know. Like, you get asked a question and then you're trying to make up an answer out of nowhere, but you actually don't know the topic.
Then you start going in circles.
Yeah. So,
it's all about trusting that you're doing this for yourself. I'm doing this for myself. Even if nobody's watching, hopefully I understand and know that somebody is watching this and somebody has gotten this far, and hopefully they are receiving some information. I'm doing this because I want to understand more about this world and understand more different experiences and sides of the world, I guess. And so this is a great opportunity for me to ask questions to you, what you've experienced in Dubai, with other high value people, what they've said, what you found. And yes, I don't know everything, but I know that I can discover what I don't know, and it will be always there if I just ask.
Exactly.
So I want to ask you, how do you feel when you sit down in front of a camera and press the record button, even now?
How do I feel? There are still some things that I battle with when recording videos. That sometimes it's still like, oh, do I actually know these things? One big thing when looking at content that performs. The main thing, the main factor, if the content is going to perform, is the content idea. There's been so many times where I have scripted a video and I just scrap it because I understand that this is not going to do well. Like the idea isn't good enough to be making a video about it. It's just like shallow content, you know. And you should try not to make shallow content because it's just not going to perform.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Spend the time.
Yeah.
So do you realize this during filming?
You can feel it which content is going to do good. Like most of the videos that went viral for me, I knew that they would go viral because you have that feeling. So videos should either create emotion, bring value, or entertainment.
Ideally, all three together.
Ideally, all three together. So if all three together, that's like a viral piece. But yeah, you shouldn't always strive for viral content.
I wanted to ask you, like, is it really that good to go viral?
Depends what's your goal. If you want to make money, then no. Because money-making content is educational content, bottom of the funnel content. You talk about niche-specific things, pain points, you resolve them, and you target specific audience for that. Viral content is targeted to anyone. Usually it's just entertainment or it brings some emotion out. And I've seen that, for example, I had a video that got 1 million views and I got like 1,000 follows from it. Then I had an educational video that got over 100,000 views and it also got 1,000 follows. But those follows are more, how do you say it? Those are like better, more quality followers, you know, because they followed me through educational content. And the thing with educational content is people save it. Sometimes they share it with friends, and it's also, it does quite good in terms of the algorithm.
Because people want to know what you're saying, so they watch through the end.
Yeah.
To the end.
And they also follow you more often. Like if you just scroll on Instagram and there's like funny meme, just like it, share it to your friends, you don't follow the page. But if there's someone spitting some knowledge, you know, I want to see more, I'm going to check them out. You go on their profile, you see they have loads of educational videos. So you follow them, you keep watching them, you know.
I had two guys on my podcast a few episodes ago. They came from Austria. And they're like these 18-year-olds. They just finished school. Like they came a week after they had their final exam to record a podcast. And we were talking about faceless brands because they were doing faceless content. And they told me that they like got one video of, they were doing like a motivational page with David Goggins clips. And they got a video to 40 million views. And it brought in zero revenue. It's like, and they are now switching to a personal brand, and they're building their own like lives, and they're putting out content because that's more valuable. Though they cracked the faceless community code and faceless content code, and they did a community, and they did like, their community did, I might be wrong. Sorry, Sergey and Tamas, if I butchered the numbers, but they did around 200 to 500K revenue throughout summer in their like affiliate faceless content community. And like you can also crack those content, but they said that especially this year, like throughout the winter, it just died. People don't care anymore. People want to follow real people now. Like there's so much faceless content that it doesn't convert, and like personal brands is the way forward for people. Even businesses now are doing better when their main person is an influencer or a content creator.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah. So I guess from my understanding from this conversation, what I will take away most definitely is don't doubt yourself, be authentic, truly authentic, not just say that you're going to be authentic, be consistent and show up in front of the camera. And you can do this yourself, but if you want to scale, hire a team and advance. Am I correct?
Yes, you definitely need to invest. If you don't feel like you're just going around in circles, your content isn't performing, and you can't crack the code yourself, you definitely need to bring in some people, some help from outside. It's gonna just help speed up the process.
Even like free materials or courses or mentorships can help you understand what you don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. I want to say thank you for this conversation. I was enjoying myself. I hope the people listening learned something or understood something, and they're gonna, after watching this, gonna hit pause, watch it through the end. Yeah, watch time, and then pull out their cameras and start doing some content. So thank you very much for joining me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, Rins. It was nice.
Cheers. See you next time.
See you.